Oh, girl.
Listen, y'all don't know about church folks. Let me tell you about the church folks. If y'all ain't from the church, you ain't been raised in the church. Church people know how to toe the line. Okay, they will have their titty up in somebody's mouth, and
I'm done.
I'm serious. They will go as far. They be all up on each other. They be rubbing and humping and grinding. Yep. And then, but just because it didn't go inside, you feel like you still a virgin. I'm just saying.
I'm done.
That's how it be. So.
Oh, yes.
Hello, and welcome to the Bo Black Girls Ready to Love recap with no cap. I'm Aries.
And I'm Kim, Ready to Love Reunion Part 2. This is the end, the finale.
This is the end. Yeah. And I'm ready for it to be over because I'm bored. They are so
there's
boring.
nothing else to talk about. I just don't.
They didn't need to stretch this.
A lot of people aren't ready to love, is what I realized.
Yeah, and they didn't really need to stretch the reunion the way they did. It was nothing.
They could have done a 90-minute reunion and just been done.
They could have done a 60-minute and it just didn't feel like it was a whole lot, but
to cover.
Yeah, so they started where they left off with Kyra, and she didn't pick AJ again.
She said her focus is just not AJ right now, and who knows, maybe she didn't really come for Ready to Love.
Well,
maybe she just came to, be strategic.
I don't know. I just feel like it was like
her brand.
I guess, but it just is a dead horse. Is that what they call it? Dead horse?
But we might see her again.
Girl, she was on the preview for the other show.
And do you watch that show? Because
my mom watches it.
I watch it.
I don't watch it, but I was watching somebody's
recap or something.
It was something on YouTube, and they were like, "That's Kyra," and I'm like, "What?"
Kyra actually sent it to me before you sent it, and she was like, "Just look at this. Look who's in there." And I'm like, "What?
What is it called? Love and
Huntsville.
Love and Marriage Huntsville."
Yes.
Okay, so that's another own show.
I love that show. I'm not gonna say I love it. I don't watch a lot of reality, but if I watch it, it's on OWN.
Okay. Well, apparently she is in the reality world right now. She has her new thing. So hey, go get your shine, girl. Get your shine. I guess. I don't know if you want to be known for, because I think the clips that they had her in, it looked like she was
the girl in the blue red dress.
You never know.
Yeah,
because of editing, but it just didn't seem like it was a good representation of what she probably wants to be. Anyway, Tommy and his jokes are annoying. They have really been annoying. He's like, I like big kisses that I cannot lie. So they're starting to talk about Troy. He comes in there,
serve lips a lot.
And I'm like, who is writing these jokes? I can't take it. Blah blah blah. They talked to Troy about him and
what we already knew and what we already talked about.
What did you learn? He said, watch out for the cameras. Be careful in front of cameras, basically.
Still not ready to love and not ready to learn
at all. I was like, this is a waste.
Next, Mr. I want to go on trips.
Yeah, so they went through their whole thing. Okay, whatever. Boring. Next. Andrea.
Meow.
Andrea. Is it
Andrea with the cat lady?
The cat lady. Blah, blah, blah. Cat.
Blah, blah, blah.
Another boring story.
Her and Christian are going on a date.
Yeah. And remember, I think
that's going to be a boring date, I'm sure.
He could barely ask her out. It was somebody commented on the last video, was like, he seemed like a really nice dude and shy. He's just shy or something like that. And I was like, I don't know. I see awkward. But somebody did point out that, he used to be on drugs. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or alcoholic or something like that.
Something.
In the beginning. And so I was like, maybe it's some residuals or something. Not to laugh at that, but I'm just saying that, you never know why people act the way they act. But I just saw it's different. But I can't wait. I want to hear what happens on that date.
I wonder what type of date they're going on. Like,
ain't no telling.
Do people even date? I mean,
she's a cute girl. I think she was cute. I loved her little ponytail slick back. It was cute.
They might be good for each other because actually one of the things they asked was like, what's your lesson learned, right? And she was saying that she needs to be more assertive, but I don't even know if that's the case. Like, be who you are, right?
Yeah.
The right person is going to come for you. If you're an introvert and you're not assertive, then it might be someone like out there for you. There is someone out there for you, not mine.
It's someone for everybody. Yeah. So do you, girl, and
don't feel like you have to change who you are and, assert yourself.
If that's not
who you
feel
are
comfortable with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So then they get into
juicy.
Kyra and Jason. And here's my theory. I've said this before. I really, really feel like there was more to their story than was shared.
Like a deeper connection.
Deeper.
A more intimate connection that was not revealed, which is why she was so passionate.
She was very passionate.
I feel like she was more passionate about Jason than
she was definitely.
AJ.
That's why I was like, it's more to the story, because she was like, I liked him. Okay, well, it's showing now. It's been showing since he chose Liz. I think she really was just like tore up by the fact that he chose Liz. Like, she really thought he was going to choose her. And she made some comments about, he said that she didn't have her mind made up. That was a lot of his issue with her, was that Liz is telling him that I want you, I'm choosing you. And he wanted her to say the same thing. That way, then he can make his choice, which everybody was playing this, like, who gonna tell who first and all that kind of stuff. And it didn't work out in Kyra's favor, because at the end of the day, he was like, okay, you don't want to make up your mind? Then I'm going to make up my mind, and I'm choosing Liz. But she said, I made some notes. I said that she wanted to not have made a decision, but for him to make one. Like, I don't know. He's like, who do you want? I don't know. Just like how you don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But she wanted him to make a decision about her. She also said that he didn't handle her vulnerability with care. I read between the lines on that. I felt like that is because she's like, I was being honest with you about the fact that I had not made a decision and wanted to wait until the end. Well, just because you're being honest does not mean someone has to do things your way. That's Absolutely. The thing. Vulnerability is risky. It's literally in the definition. And I went and looked it up. I'm like, vulnerability, the quality or state of being exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. That is the definition of being vulnerable. You are putting yourself out there. That doesn't mean somebody has to do anything to care for that.
That's true.
You're choosing to do that for yourself.
Who you are vulnerable with.
But I really feel like the passion, like, she's like, and I didn't, and I'm like, girl, you acting like it's a lot more than what you telling us.
I feel like she just wanted to be chosen by both AJ and Jason.
She did. I do.
At the end of the day, like, she wanted everyone to, well, those two in particular, to choose her, which, I guess, but it's unfair that you didn't know who you wanted, and you kind of led both of them on as well.
Yeah. And Jason, he was making a lot of the same points. He said that she was very calculated. He felt like she was being very calculated.
And using her profession to do that. And I said that in previous recaps, is like, she's a lawyer, so the way she thinks is probably how she's navigating this whole show.
Alexa said that last week. She liked to play Monopoly and chess. But true, I think that she really had her plan. It didn't go the way she thought, and I hope she didn't do nothing that I
think she's still young and she still wants to date, and that's okay. And then I get, she's like, I chose myself, and maybe she needs more time. I'd rather her choose herself than choose somebody and she's not ready.
Yeah. So it's whatever. I think at the end of the day, I don't want anybody to feel like they have to pick somebody.
Right, because it might not be a connection.
You see AJ out here moving like an F-boy. No.
and
that's AJ? Yes, AJ. Yes, him. And then I think it's now that when she sees, and I'll get to that when we get to Liz and Jason, but, it's like her trying to keep her face straight, because it's like, that could have been you.
That's
true.
You
chose otherwise.
Yes. But what I did like, they took a break, and you pointed this out. Liz is gonna stand beside her.
Oh, she's sticking beside him,
right?
She was like, "You did what you needed to do."
She affirmed and supported him.
She did. She's like, with respect and da da da. I said, "Okay."
And I'm glad
Liz.
she was able to speak her piece, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
and she's like, "I'm sick of this heifer."
Right.
It was kind of like it was like my man,
maybe like a Tabitha Brown response to Wendy Williams.
Yeah. I was like, Lord. They move on to David and Stacy and the password thing. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing new. Because it really wasn't nothing new. It's the same conversation.
I don't think they even had a connection, and
it wasn't even about Stacy. It was really about the passwords. Yeah. That's what it was about, and it was the same. It went around in circles, and at the end of the day, it still wasn't help. It still didn't make no sense. Because,
but he did ask the cast when go around like, how many of you all would share your password?
Did you see Amber not put her hand up until the camera came her way?
And it was like,
because KG was like, and she was like
that church finger.
It went. It was like. It was like. Oh, he did. It. Oh yeah, I watched it. Okay. Oh, he put his hand up. Said that girl is
calculated.
Watch her, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't trust. Okay, we move on.
Joel and Bernicia, who everybody was really rooting for, and everyone really thought that they would be the couple, like, because even showed Jason, like, invite me to the wedding.
She should have known when that rap career and them shorts that he came to the thing in at the end. He would have turned me off, but she was into it.
Yeah, well, they started off strong in the beginning, right? I mean,
yeah. Basically, what she said was that 2 weeks after filming, he changed. She said they were during the filming, they were together all the time. They were getting breakfast together. They were going on the phone, waking up on the phone together, going to bed on the phone together.
You too old. We too old for that.
Him waiting for her to finish filming and vice versa. They were just like together. And she basically said that, the way he was acting like he was single and he hurt her. She said, he hurt me. That made me feel away.
Why did it make you feel away?
Because, a lot of times strong women will come across
so
angry.
Yeah.
Because it pisses you off that someone hurt you. It's like, I am really hurt. And it's hard to say that when you're a strong woman.
It is.
Because you want to be like, you pissing me off. That's really, it's like, it turns into anger because like, I'm mad that I let you be able to hurt me.
Exactly.
That's really what it is. And I felt that from her because that kind of touched me a little bit when she literally was like, he hurt me. I was like, oh no, he hurt her.
Because I really do truly feel like her intentions were always about him.
Yeah.
Even when his were not about her.
Yeah.
She stood beside him.
She was serious about that man. But see,
yes.
So she basically said he blamed her for moving too fast. I'm like, 2 weeks after filming? Like, you said I choose you. We gonna go for it. She said that he was hanging with Chrysanthemum and Stacy more than her. And he told Stacy that he did not have a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. And she said word on the street that he was dating Stacy.
I didn't hear that part. Well, no, they said that the word on the street was that he was he told that he was free game. That Stacy asked was he free game or something like that.
Her saying word on the street was he was dating Stacy.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Stacy said no. She said she didn't like Stacy touching his chest. She said, you went like this. And I said, oh, you didn't have inappropriate. Sex.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't have sex.
Yeah.
When you talking about you touched girl, y'all have screwed. Period. Because it was too that's too much. Well, it was so strong.
You know why? Joelle said she was moving too fast. She wanted to spend the night. So if you spend the night,
well, you already know.
You ain't spending the night just to...
So he said,
which I understand, like, you have children.
Yeah.
And I get that.
You don't need to be spending the night with my kids.
No.
You're not spending the night over nobody's house with no kids now. You can't be doing that. Well, not mine. If it was me, it wouldn't be. You ain't spending the night up over here with me and my babies. Now when they with their daddy, I mean that's funny. I don't know.
So sorry.
Yeah, and then Amber. So she had messaged Joelle. His mother-in-law passed and was just kind of like sending a message out saying, hey, if you need anything, let me know. Even if you want something to eat, like I'll help. When somebody passed away or something like that, you be trying to like be a helping hand or whatever. And he said, okay. And she told Amber, if if you would have went with him alone, that she would have been upset.
Yep.
And I just felt like Amber was being messy, lightweight in that moment. But I do see the territorial stuff they're talking about. It's kind of like
he said it. She's trying to be controlling.
Yeah. And
she might have a remnant of that as a strong Black woman. You're used to being in control of a lot of things.
But also when it comes to this, though, you have to be careful when it comes to people. You can't control people.
And I'm not going to try and control you because I don't want to be controlled.
Exactly. But also Amber and Joel have had a connection in the past. They went on some dates.
KG didn't say anything.
KG he ain't gonna say nothing. He is right there waiting on Amber. He waiting on Amber to say heel and sit. Okay. Come. Exactly. She's like, I will do what I want to do. You sit down.
I am a goddess.
I'm kissing people.
Hey, Troy.
So Tommy asked him, what the status is, and Joel said he has stepped back from her, and he asked her, he said, could I ask her a question? He said, did you say you was gonna slap somebody if they was in my face?
And I'm like,
I believe him though. I believe she probably said, she get in your face, I slap the, how people be getting, you like, I slap. You don't want the lady to touch his chest, let alone, you ready to fight everybody at this point because you didn't have the sex.
You told me you didn't have the sex.
Y'all had the sex. And she admitted it on her live, actually. Was it yesterday? Like, what did she call it? We were
intimate.
Just like other people. Why when people do that?
Just talk about
yourself.
And be accountable for
everybody you. Was doing it. Why you putting other people out here? Now Kyra and Jason, I think. Who was the other one I said I thought had sex?
Alexis and AJ.
Oh, because that came out on a live this week. Everybody after this episode was on their lives talking stuff. Tressa she hangs with Chrysanthemum and Stacy. They were all on Instagram live together talking about Bernicia and her being overly, basically they said that he was like a brother to them, and that Tressa wanted to make sure that we knew that she had a connection with Joel at one point. They're friends. They're not dating, but they are getting to know each other better. And her and Ron also had a connection.
Who, Tressa?
But he wants kids and she don't want no kids. And he was there and Joel was there. Like, they kept coming on the lives. And I'm like, Tressa is really trying to get her little shine because she didn't get none on the reunion.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not really interested in your story. But hey, she hangs with frickin' Frack. So she wanted to chime in, and her and Alexis, is it her and Alexis that don't get along? Yeah, her and Alexis don't get along, I think, because of the Ron thing. Girl, I was like, you just trying to be messy and get some attention, but you're going to leave Bernicia alone, okay? All right, for Bernicia. I feel her pain. I felt sad for her. She said, I don't have to beg for any man's attention.
And I feel like she's very vulnerable. Like, she's honest. Yes. I feel like she's honest. We all have our shortcomings, right? Yes. Control might be one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Right?
That's a big one.
Might be, we can have some work there. Yeah. There's an opportunity for therapy. Growth. Yep. But I don't know. I mean, she seems to be over it.
I just felt sad for her on the break and everything. She was crying. She's like, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. And I just felt that, the tears showed the hurt and her actions were showing her the anger part, which I learned this. I'm serious, y'all. It's hard. Okay. Like, when I was going through my divorce and going through all my stuff, even when just in the relationship, it's like, I would do that. I'd be like, you pissing me off doing this thing, right? Like acting this way or doing something. It actually hurt me. And I didn't know how to say my feelings are hurt.
Right.
Because I'm like,
and you think about it professionally too. We can, get very upset and we've been hurt.
Yeah. It's hard to figure out. You have to be very purposeful to figure out, am I mad or am I hurt? Those are differences. And I learned that when you share with a man that you're in a relationship with, you're hurt, you get a better response than being mad, because they could easily shut that off. That's true. They will cut you. They're like, oh, you mad? Okay, whatever. They're going to treat you like a person with no feelings. When you're like, when you said that to me, that really hurt my feelings. It's gonna give a whole nother. He'd be like, "Oh my God, like I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings." Like if he cares about you, you know. And it's just hard to try to figure out how to do that when you have never done it. So I hope for her that she starts paying attention to that, because it might give her a better response. Because they started doing the tit for tat thing, and it just looked childish and ugly. And he was looking like an F boy. Diedrich, he was trying to root for them in the back when she was back there crying. He's like, "Y'all are so cute." We're not cute. Diedrich, we're not cute yourself right now. You need to get out of here.
Go talk to Joelle.
Get out of here. Y'all so cute. Can y'all? No, don't talk to me. He the one.
Exactly. Always trying to come to the woman.
I know. Leave me alone.
And she said that. Yeah. Just leave me alone.
Like, I ain't got nothing to say to him. I hate when people do that.
And then we have Liz and David.
Did you feel like, and this is just something I picked up on. First of all, I did not like her makeup because they made her, she looked dark. Like, I don't know, they put too much. It was too much. But she looked cute, but it was looking too much. I'm like, she's not that dark. But her persona, when she was talking to him, it was not Liz that we know. She was like, she had an attitude. Her face was frowned up when she was talking to him.
I'd be tired of him, you know.
She's like, that's not what happened. I was like, Liz got an attitude.
Well, and you know what?
Where's that Liz Tabitha Brown?
That's just the Liz we have not seen.
I see. I said, she got a little spice up in there.
Some people can push you and they'll see a different side of you.
She was like,
so I think he pushed her buttons, right? And I think, you know, they showed the clip like when she was head over heels over him.
He has my heart.
And we have to really stop that. Like on the first go round, he has my heart.
You don't know him. David. Who y'all pick? David.
Till she realized how crazy he is.
Woo, Lord. I know she looked back on that like, you an idiot.
Right.
I hate that. It's like you got it on film now, so you can go back and be like, what was you talking about?
I think she just came to the realization, you know, again, we talked about it during the recap, like, get to know them, because when you get to know them, you really get to see who they are.
People look different when they're fresh.
They do.
When they're new, you be like, oh, he's
like cool. A new baby. Then when they get older, you're like, oh, they are just.
And then you're like, ugh, you're gross.
Trash. Annoying. You're
annoying. Yuck. What was I thinking? What was I attracted to you? I mean, every time I stop talking to somebody, I'd be like, ugh.
What did I see in them?
I beat myself up. I'd be like, too. You need therapy. I can't
believe I kissed him.
You need therapy.
I'm not going that far.
I do. I'm like, I need to talk to you about what it was wrong with my ocular.
No, I'm like, they need
because they get ugly. Everything about them is irritating. Like, I don't like you no more. Will we break up? I'm not attracted to you at all anymore. Literally. I don't like it. Anyway, back to Liz.
So Liz then now it pivots to Jason, right? Because she did.
Oh no!
She gave David this little church hug. They tried to what?
Well, we didn't get. Wait, you going too fast. David said he never asked her if she kissed Jason when she said, did she kiss Jason again with the friends, whatever. He said that's a lie. He was really like adamant about it. And Tommy let him know that, first of all, he said, I want to know why you would not let this woman talk. And it did come off like you were trying to quit before you was fired. You know how he did, because he said, if all the people who want to remove themselves from the process, they come through me. He pulled the big Tommy card on them. Let them know you ain't removing yourself from the process. You ain't come talk to me first. And he said that, you know, you told Andrea and Stacy that they weren't same thing we said. You told them you had no problem telling them they weren't ready to love, and they womaned up and they took it. But when it came to you, you couldn't take it. So that is not cool. He said that's not fair. So he did let him know. I'm like, we said that. Did you watch our episode? Then he gave a fake apology to Liz about how she feels. I hate when people do that. Because if you felt this way, are you apologizing for your behavior? Actions. Or you probably how I feel. Don't apologize for how I feel. She gave him the most huge church hug that I've ever seen.
Sad church hug.
Yes, and then gave him the
I hate that.
Oh, the pat. She said, She leaned out because he looked like he was gonna try to kiss her. Yeah, she's like, "That's enough."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, Liz wasn't playing with him."
She was like, "Protecting my space and my peace.
Get your butt up out of here because it's some bull crap." She's like, "I accept your apology, but whatever." But I know she's like, "This is crap." Jason came over and gave her a little Barack Obama Michelle fist bump. He was like, he said, "Mine."
Yes.
They had to beep him out. Yeah. So
Liz and Jason, right? She brings in the love of her life.
Oh my God, this is gonna be an epic fail, y'all. I don't see it, y'all. I don't see.
Why don't you see it?
It looks cute right now, but I don't see.
Well, I mean,
I don't see this.
She says her family likes him. They're dating. She's standing strong on her boundaries of sexual intimacy. And apparently he respects it.
Sticking it in. They doing some other stuff. That's how church people do.
Oh, girl.
Listen, y'all don't know about church folks. Let me tell you about the church folks. If y'all ain't from church, you ain't been raised in the church. Church people know how to toe the line. Okay, they will have their titty up in somebody's mouth. And I'm done. I'm serious. They will go as far. They be all up on each other. They be rubbing and humping and grinding. Yep. And then, but just because it didn't go inside, you feel like you still a virgin. I'm just saying.
I'm done.
That's how it be. So she's like, "Where is me?" He said, "I don't, push up on her or whatever. I'm not gonna let anything happen."
Well, Tommy asked, how's it going? She said they feel like it's real and they're growing and they're dating. She said, which I was like, wow, many qualities of her daddy, of her father. Yeah. He reminds her of her father.
She did. She said his honesty is what attracted her to him. And he said I like this part. He said she positioned herself to be pursued.
Girl.
I said, they kept on showing Kyra's face.
She was not happy.
She was rolling eyes and fake smiling.
She was not happy. She was not happy.
Oh, yeah. So, they had some other chitter chatter going on. But, that was really it. I honestly, they said that David said he's dating somebody. Alexis says she's at peace. AJ said he's going to continue to put himself out there.
Of course, he's already out there.
He out there, swinging and danging. Chrysanthemum says she's just dating, whoever, wherever. KG and Stacy is dating someone, one-on-one, I guess.
Friggin' Frank.
KG and Amber are dating exclusively, and Jason and Liz are exclusive. And Troy is talking about telling Tommy at the end
next episode
to give him a second chance, like they did KG, and let him go to DC. He'll fly up there.
Of course he will. He wants to take a trip.
Bye, Troy. No, we don't. You're out of here talking about. Make sure you don't.
He want a KG. He want a second chance. I'm like, they in DC.
You're not KG, and you're not getting that. So that was that. I'm kind of glad it's over. They were dragging us on. It was getting boring. The lives are more interesting at this point. I think the thing that I really was getting from this whole thing was really learning about people and how relationships can work. But I really feel like this show is not, it is a game show. It is a cast of people who are trying to stay on the camera as long as possible. This type of show makes you make certain decisions that are probably they're a lot more forced. Like I feel like Liz and Jason would not be connected outside of this. This is just the end of the thing, but I don't see them. I just don't see it. I could be wrong. This is just my personal. This is my personal thing. It's just so fluffy right now that I'm like, wait, let me see them in a year, because right now it's like
it's just a love.
They're just giddy and
yes,
and I'm like, y'all are annoying. But
a full season, full cycle. I'm like, Lord Jesus.
Tell you. And I love Liz. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Let's stay tuned to the people's lives and see how they do on the internet. Everybody's coming out telling stuff. So Bernicia did confirm that her and Joel were intimate. Simone from last season was confirming that, I don't know how she confirmed or how, whatever, that AJ and Alexis were intimate. which makes sense. And because she got to the point she had to call Kyra and find out what's going on with him and her last week because he wasn't calling her back. She's like, "Are y'all together? Where is he? Where is he?"
Oh my god.
And who else? What did I just say? Joel. I said that. And who else? It was somebody else. Kyra and Jason. I really think something might have went down there. If it wasn't sex penetration, it might have been some other stuff.
Yeah, almost.
Some of that church. It's that church sex. Anywho, thank y'all for checking us out. Make sure you subscribe, like, share. We're gonna
figure out what we're gonna do.
I know. I was like, we want to do Married at First Sight. The new one comes on this week. It's just so long. Those episodes be so long. We have to break it up. Maybe we just break it up into a couple episodes. Yeah. But I think that's a good one. But we'll see. We'll let y'all look. You'll be surprised next week by whatever we record. We'll find one to record for y'all. But go ahead and subscribe to our page, though. You know, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and just subscribe to our page so that you will be notified when we do our next show. We're definitely gonna do the DC.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Ready to Love.
I cannot
whenever that one comes through. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.